special dream. Visualize just what we mean. Innovation shaping our fate. Together we celebrate. From data to display, community lights the way. Liquid galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid galaxy, together we thrive. In the heart of the tech beehive.
Hi everyone, I am Sailesh Kumar Shukla from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, India, currently in 6th semester pursuing BTech in Computer Science from IMS Engineering College. My proposal name for GSoC 2026 is Liquid Galaxy RPG, a multiplayer 2D fantasy game. In this project, we are going to build a real-time multiplayer game which is divided into two game modes. The first one is King of the Hill, where four players divided into two teams of two compete in a PvP match for capturing a castle. The second one is Dragon Raid, in which enemy spawns and player work together to survive and defeat the final boss. The AI integration in this project is a NPC character which explains the game rules and mechanics at the start of the game, which is suggested. This idea is suggested by the mentors. The second one is the AI cheerleader, which going to send a motivational message to each player personally, based on the game events like kill streak or low health. To build this, we are going to follow server authoritative model where the Node.js server act as the command center which run all the game logics and serve the game on each LG screen simultaneously. Now each LG screen simply open the game on the Chromium browser and horizontally shift the camera view depending on the screen number so the game feel continuous across all screen and smooth. To answer the question why this project is unique, it is likely the first ever RPG game on the Liquid Galaxy with two game modes. First one is the King of the Hill and the second one is the Dragon Raid, and a NPC character which explain all the game logics, and a AI cheerleader which personally send motivational quotes. Now I'm going to show you the mockups to get the visual idea how the game will look like on the Liquid Galaxy screen. So first mode is King of the Hill where two teams are competing for the castle. Now here you can see they are fighting each other. There is AI coach or cheerleader which motivates them. Now the team star has won. Now the second mode is the Dragon Raid in which skeletons and zombies are spawning and players are fighting together to survive. The wave 2 where armored skeletons are spawning. Now final boss and then raid complete. Thank you.
Hello everyone from the Liquid Galaxy team and community. My name is Bhumi Shivhare and I am recording this from Dehradun, India. I'm currently a final year BTech CSC student at GLU University with a strong focus on building data-driven and scalable systems. I'm also working as a software development engineering intern where I am gaining hands-on experience in building real-world applications. Today, I'll be presenting and defending my proposal, EcoGrid Intelligence, an AI-driven climate resilience for global energy infrastructure on Liquid Galaxy. The goal of this project is to bridge a critical gap between climate intelligence and energy infrastructure. Today, we have access to massive amount of climate data and detailed information about global power systems, but they exist in isolated silos without a unified way to understand their combined impact. What's missing is a system that can connect these data sets and answer a critical questions. Which energy infrastructures are at risk? Why are they at risk? And how does that risk evolve over time? EcoGrid Intelligence is designed to solve exactly this by creating a unified AI-driven geospatial system that analyzes climate impact on infrastructure in real time and makes that insight interactive through Liquid Galaxy. Now, what you're seeing here is the core interaction layer of the system. This map represents global energy infrastructure where each marker corresponds to a power plant. The system integrates real-time climate data from the Open Meteor API, including temperature, precipitation, and wind anomalies, with infrastructure data from the Global Power Plant database. This combined data is processed through a model I've defined called the Climate Vulnerability Score or CVS. Each plant is dynamically evaluated based on environmental stress, which is why these markers are color-coded on vulnerability levels. So instead of just looking at locations, we are actually understanding which infrastructure is at risk and up to what extent. Now, when this analysis is pushed to Liquid Galaxy, this is how it is visualized. You can see climate anomaly heat maps layered across the globe along with the infrastructure markers. This creates an immersive multi-screen spatial experience where users can instantly identify high-risk regions at a global scale. The transition from the application to Liquid Galaxy turns this from a data analysis system into an interactive visual exploration of climate impact. Now, what makes this system truly powerful is the AI orchestration layer. I'm using Google Gemini as an agentic layer that manages workflow end to end. Instead of manually controlling each step, the AI autonomously identifies relevant climate data, retrieves the required data, interprets the CVS, and structures the output for visualization. It also generates contextual highlights exploring why a specific infrastructure is at risk. Additionally, the AI enhances the Liquid Galaxy experience by guiding camera movement, automatically navigating toward high-risk regions, and creating a more interactive, story-driven exploration. So the system doesn't just visualize. What makes this proposal truly stand out is how it brings together real-time climate data, AI-driven intelligence, and immersive geospatial visualization into one unified system. Most solution either focuses on analysis or visualization. This system does both and connects them in a way that makes the insights interactive and easy to understand as well. It transforms Liquid Galaxy from a visualization platform into a system for analysis, exploration, and decision making. Beyond that, I have focused on building the system on a strong and well structured foundation, from the data pipeline and model to efficient KML generation, ensuring that the final system is robust, scalable, and practical to use. I believe that this project aligns strongly with the vision of Liquid Galaxy and has meaningful real-world impact in areas like climate resilience and energy planning. Thank you for your time. I'd be really excited to contribute this to the Liquid Galaxy platform. Thank you.
So hello everyone, my name is Vinayak and I am currently a final year BTech student in Information Science and Engineering from Bangalore, India, and I am currently working as a software developer intern at West Pharmaceutical Services, and I am applying for Google Summer of Code with Liquid Galaxy project, and my primary proposal is GSoC video conferencing for Liquid Galaxy. The goal of my project is to transform traditional video conferencing into an immersive multi-screen experience using the Liquid Galaxy setup. So the system consists majorly of three main parts. So the first is our Flutter mobile application. This acts as a controller system where user can join or create a GSoC meeting from their phone and can control which participants appear on which screen. Second is each Liquid Galaxy nodes run on Chromium browser that load GSoC Meet. So I use Chromium's remote debugging protocols with CDP to inject JavaScript into each tab, calling GSoC's internal setReceiverConstant function to control exactly which video stream is displayed on each screen. Third is Bash script, which handle orchestration. So the Flutter app sends SSH command to the master node and which distributes them all to the other nodes. So I have designed three conference mode here. First is our panoramic mode, where participants are distributed across all the Liquid Galaxy screen. Second, I designed the presentation mode, where the center screen shows a screen share and other screen shows participants. And third, I have designed an active speaker mode where the dominant speaker is automatically detected and placed onto our center screen. For example, as of now I am the dominant speaker, so I'll be kept onto the center screen and other participants will be divided into rest of the screens. I will be transparent about my use of AI. So majorly I've used two AI tools here. Firstly, I used Figma AI to create UI prototype, which we can see here on the screens also. I hope so it is visible. If not, then I already like shared in my proposal at the same time. So and then I've used Gemini as a learning tool to understand WebRTC concept, Jitsi internals, and stream routing architecture. And however, all architectural decision, system design, and the proposal itself are entirely designed by me, and all those are my work. But for the prototypes I took help from the Figma AI, and for the learning purpose I have used Gemini as of now. What makes my proposal unique is that it is not just a visualization project, but it is an infrastructure level solution. It addresses real challenges such as stream routing across multiple screen, avoiding audio duplication across nodes, and building a centralized controller for our distributed system. So to my knowledge, real-time video conferencing has not been implemented on Liquid Galaxy before. So I have already done a deep technical research and have a strong understanding of WebRTC peer connection, Jitsi video bridge, and its SFU architecture, receiver constraint, and CDP based browser control. I have also proposed a unique feature, which is our local accessibility narration without using any external API, which improves accessibility while keeping the system efficient and independent without using any external APIs. So Liquid Galaxy is built for immersive experience, and video conferencing is one of the immersive experience which is missing. So this project will fills the gap, and I am ready to build it. So thank you for watching, and I hope so I'll spend this summer building Jitsi video conferencing for Liquid Galaxy.
Hello mentors and fellow contributors. I'm Darpan Baviskar, a second year computer science student studying at Indian Institute of Technology Jodhpur, and I'm here to present my GSoC 2026 proposal named LG Interactive Onboarding and Guided Tutorial and Learning System for Liquid Galaxy. Today I will walk you through why this project is needed, how it works, and why it is the right fit for Liquid Galaxy. Liquid Galaxy has grown into an incredible platform where new contributors come and learn, but new contributors face a steep learning curve. Documentation is scattered across various wikis and readmes, and some golden rules are violated again and again, but there is no safe space or sandbox for new contributors to practice. This leads to wasted mentor time, repeated mistakes, and slow onboarding of new contributors. My project solved this by creating a dedicated educational tool for Liquid Galaxy contributors, specifically for contributors only. The core idea is phone as driver and rig as a canvas philosophy. The phone becomes a very simple voice controlled remote control. All the AI educational content, 3D models, code examples, and interactive exercises are pushed onto the 5 screen panoramic LG rig. This respects the platform's architecture, the master slave architecture. All screens run Google Earth, and they are synchronized along with each other. And also the left screen shows the logo, and the rightmost screen shows the KML information. As you can see, all the interactive KML balloons and instructions, quizzes, and feedbacks are shown on the rightmost screen. The phone app is minimal with big buttons, high contrast, and voice first. You can say start lesson 3 or like verify my answer, and the rig responds to it instantly. All communication between the phone and the rig happens over SSH using the SSH Dart SSH2 package, strictly following the golden rules. Whether it's a lesson diagram, a 3D model, or an exercise, it is written into the master KML's directory and propagated to all slaves so that they are synchronized over the LG. The app includes Gemini-powered AI mentor. It includes question about liquid galaxy. It generates KML from natural language, like create a 3D skyscraper at Times Square, and it adapts user persona based on context switching between brainstorming, a code reviewer, or a skeptical mentor. Crucially, all AI requests use user's own Gemini API stored securely on the device. No central server, full privacy, zero operating cost at low scale. AI works with voice input and output, making it truly hands-free experience. This project is an educational tool built specifically for Liquid Galaxy contributors. It is not just another visualization app, but it teaches how to build for LG. It enforces best practices from day one through auto verification, preventing bad habits before they form. A 10 lesson curriculum is carefully sequenced from SSH pattern to your first own contributions to Liquid Galaxy. It democratizes 3D KML and advanced features that currently are under documented through a visual 3D model builder and dedicated lessons. It's a multimodal combining visual and auditory learning, and it takes care of privacy, your own data in your own hand, in the user's hand. And most importantly, this project is a community multiplier. It answers common questions, automatically teaches fundamentals, and frees mentors to focus on advanced topics. It makes the Liquid Galaxy community more accessible and sustainable. And I have built a Django based meme generator and a full stack diagram tool, so I'm comfortable with complex pipelines. And I'm also passionate about education and technology and open source too. This project combines system level integration of Flutter, AI, and real user needs with a clear scope and a realistic timeline. I'm in strong alignment with the Liquid Galaxy goals, and I'm really confident that I can deliver this polished, production ready onboarding tool that will serve this Liquid Galaxy community for years. Thank you for watching.
My name is Harsh and I am a pre-final year student at VIT Pune. My hobby is sim racing, and other than that I also enjoy learning about how things work. For example, I spent a few hours just reading about the history of QR codes and how they work. So I have worked on several projects throughout my course, and current one being a machine learning based project which I am making for a company based in Hamburg, Germany. And I have also published multiple research papers in the field of IoT, cybersecurity, and AI. So, the title of my project is Local AI with Gamma by Google, and this project aims to create an agentic AI server that will live on the local area network of the Liquid Galaxy rig, and it will act as a personal assistant to anyone who wants to use Liquid Galaxy. It can be mentors or contributors who have a bit of technical expertise, or people who want to learn about Liquid Galaxy and how it works, or any kind of person who has zero technical knowledge in creating Flutter apps or web apps, or they don't know how you can use KML to visualize things on Liquid Galaxy. Even they can use this. The user interface would be very easy and user friendly. User experience is a better word. So you can just say it using your voice. You can type in natural language, and the AI server will also respond in its own voice. So in these ways you can interact with it. There will be also additional support for third party applications such as Telegram, WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, etc. You can put your message in there, or you can send a voice note, and the AI server will respond in the form of an action. So how it works is that we will be leveraging current agentic AI protocols that understand the user intent and create dynamic KMLs. An example of this would be me typing out, please tell me the history of Berlin Wall, and it will create a visualization and give me a tour on the Liquid Galaxy rig about the history of Berlin Wall. So it creates KMLs dynamically at runtime. Other instance would be using it for, let's say, Olympics. So I'll ask, please tell me what is the schedule of the event. It will perform a web search and read news articles, maybe using RSS feeds, and it will create a tour of, let's say, day wise event. Like today there is an event at this place at this stadium, and it will give me an orbit of that stadium. Then it will proceed to some other place. So these are a few use cases. This project will also help you create Flutter and web applications for your own personal use cases. And there will be multiple sources of data in this project, ranging from OpenSky Map, SatNav, and RSS feeds, etc., to performing web search also. So it will perform queries on the internet for things like getting event schedule for the Olympics, like I mentioned. In this case, your imagination is literally the limit of what this system can do. It is so powerful, and that's what makes it special. Because Jensen Huang, who is CEO of Nvidia, also recently stated in the Lex Friedman podcast that these agentic protocols are literally the iPhone movement of AI agents, and everybody is now rushing to adopt and learn these things and use them for so many kind of tasks. So this project will introduce agentic AI and these agentic protocols for the Liquid Galaxy ecosystem. So I think it would be a great project to be selected, and it would be great to be able to work on this project. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Sana Bhattacharya. I'm from Kolkata, India, and currently I'm pursuing BTech in Computer Science Engineering from National Institute of Technology, Durgapur. And today I will be presenting my proposal for Liquid Galaxy titled UNESCO World Heritage. UNESCO World Heritage Sites represent a shared cultural and natural legacy, but traditional maps fail to capture their scale and significance. This project aims to transform static exploration into an immersive experience by enabling users to virtually travel and interact with these sites using the Liquid Galaxy screens. This application is built in Flutter using clean architecture for scalability and maintainability. It generates synchronized 2D and 3D dynamic PMLs using open source geospatial datasets and official UNESCO datasets and integrates real time weather information. A synchronized screen overlay displays site details alongside 3D views And along with this, for quick access for the users, a home screen widget is also enabled with this application to control the Liquid Galaxy rig. One of the core pillars of this application is how it leverages artificial intelligence to enhance the educational experience. The project integrates the Gemini API to power a story mode that generates engaging narratives about each site. It also functions as a smart assistant, easily explaining its history, culture, and nature. By connecting to the Gemini API, the app features a story mode that creates engaging interactive stories about the cultural importance of each UNESCO site while automatically moving the Google Earth view to match the narrative. It also acts as a smart assistant that answers user related queries through text to speech. When AI provides instant answers out loud using text to speech, it simultaneously passes the geographic context to automatically fly the liquid galaxy to the places mentioned in the conversation. This project uniquely combines geospatial visualization, AI-driven storytelling, and immersive multi-screen interaction. It introduces accessibility through a home screen widget and creates an intuitive educational platform that goes beyond visualization, transforming the Liquid Galaxy into a global storytelling system. Instead of just looking at plain maps, the users get an immersive interactive experience where they can virtually travel the globe. And lastly, by combining reliable official and open source datasets, synchronized 3D rendering, accessible UI widgets, and AI driven storytelling, this project creates a truly transformative educational experience for the Liquid Galaxy platform. Thank you for your time.
Hello, good morning. My name is Yasmina Ramadan. I'm 20 years old. I'm studying in Flutter Lleida cross-platform application development. My proposal for the Google Summer of Code is titled City Historic Engine. This project focused on developing an application dedicated to showcasing and exploring the historical heritage of any city, in my case, Lleida. The application will allow users to access historical and cultural information about various points of interest. All data and information will be stored locally using SQLite within the Flutter application, ensuring fast access and offline availability. Additionally, the system will be integrated with the Liquid Galaxy system, where selected data from the app will be visualized. For example, if a user selects a museum in Lleida, Liquid Galaxy will display the chosen museum along with its corresponding information. Furthermore, an AI-powered narration feature will be available, allowing the system to verbally describe the selected point of the interest. The initial development will be carried out using Flutter, and later, with the support of an AI agent, the same application will be adapted into web version. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Josep Miquel Esteban. I'm studying multi-platform cross development. at Ilerna. I am 20 years old, and my proposal for the GSoC is named Geosaurio. The goal of my project is to let the users know more about dinosaurs and be able to explore where they were found in a geographic way. So they will have data like the type of dinosaur, the height, the weight, their diet, and the time they live. So this data will be saved on a database, and I will use KMLs to show them on the Liquid Galaxy. Also, I will use AI to be able to narrate some of the dinosaurs information so the user doesn't have to read it and can listen it more easily. I will also have a 3D model that the user will be able to look at it at the Liquid Galaxy. I will use Chromiums to make it able to send to the Liquid Galaxy a comparison between a dinosaur and a human being, and also I will be able to send the picture of the fossil that it was found and the recreation how it's linked it was the dinosaur on its time. Also, I will use the IA and agentic AI to try to make some experiment of a replication of my application on Flutter on web. So I will be using only prompts to this agentic AI to try that it could generate my application in this way. I think my project is special because it's a different way to learn about how dinosaurs live and to learn about it in a more interactive way. Also, I think my project should be selected because I think it adds another educational way to the Liquid Galaxy, and how I said, it's an interesting way to learn about the dinosaurs in a more interactive way for the users. Thank you for your time and goodbye.
Hello, I am Jan Sanchez. I am currently studying a vocational training called Cross-Platform Application Development, and I am going to explain to you my proposal for the Liquid Galaxy project. Firstly, I am going to explain how I'm going to make this application. Basically, I am going to make it on Flutter with SQLite. This is going to be on local, the database, okay? So I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to make this application. Basically, this app is going to be, you're gonna have a timeline, which is gonna be past, present, and future, and which one you're gonna choose. If you click a point of interest, for example, I make this mockup with Spain. If you click present and you click Plaza Mayor de Salamanca, well, this is going to be what is going to appear. If you click future, and you can, there's all these buttons that you can choose when you click this application. So it's compared with present or another point in the timeline. So if you're in the future, you can compare with the present or the past. And AI narration, which will be what is displayed in the Liquid Galaxy, the description or whatever is in the text. And AI is going to display the text for you. And you can orbit around, which when you're displaying my application, a huge image will be shown in the Liquid Galaxy, and when you do the orbit, that image is going to disappear and you can see the orbit of the place around. And finally, the statistics, which is going to be a statistics of the comparison. So basically, if you go to Sagrada Familia, well, it would be like the height, well, statistics of the place, right? So now that I've shown you what my application is going to be for, I will explain to you that I will have to make an extra task with Agentic AI. And well, basically what I will do is with Agentic AI, I will create my application that I have already made, and I will make it in web, right? So that would be all for this project, and thank you all for listening, and goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Kabir Khanuja. I'm currently a computer science student studying at VIT Pune. And I'm applying for Google Summer of Code 2026 with Liquid Galaxy. Well, when I was in a search of ideas for the proposal, I went through the list Liquid Galaxy provided. Not gonna lie, there were a ton of ideas that intrigued me, like the Jurassic Tour Explorer, Educational Tourist, UNESCO World Heritage, and many more. And as much as I wanted to work on all of them, I thought to myself that hey, why not build something as a concoction of all of them and even more? That's when I thought of AI2 Director, an omni-agent system for Liquid Galaxy. The goal of my project is clear as a bell: to build an intelligent system that can transform a simple user prompt into a complete immersive tour experience. The user can simply enter a prompt like historical places in Pune, and the system automatically generates a complete tour, including the locations, the sequencing, camera movements, narration, the subtitles, and much more. And it's going to remove the need for manually creating those KML tours, like the ones that I mentioned, the projects, and make the whole experience more accessible and dynamic. Though I'd like you all to witness the UI of the app. So basically, okay, this is the home screen, right, where the user can go and prompt anything that they want, just like I have done here. It would then fetch the locations. It's gonna be a Gemini call. It's gonna fetch certain locations. The locations would be present there. The user can go here in the immersive mode. They can inspect the scene here, and this is basically Google Maps, which is in sync with the LG rig. So before the tour, they can completely see all the locations that are there, and then once they are happy with that, they can start the immersive tour. Now, as the tour starts, there are going to be subtitles that are present on the screen, and you can see where exactly on Google Map is this particular location. But for the rig, this is going to be the starting scene where you get an overhead of all the locations that are present there, right? Okay, so these are all the locations. You even have a certain description, the tour highlights, and these KMLs that stand out with the logo. You're gonna have a look at view at first, again with a contextual imagery, certain subtitles that are gonna also be present on the screen, and then you're gonna have different scenes. This is like a top view, and this is the orbit view. So this is the basic start of the app. Well, great, but hey, I've seen such ideas with respect to dynamic KML. So what more does this system has to offer? Well, what makes this project special is that it doesn't just generate tours, it directs them. Now, this takes me back to my film school, Film and Television Institute of India, that I was a part of. So I wanted that this project should not only give a cinematic experience to the user with the LG rig, but to the whole world. So I went to Liquid Galaxy's YouTube channel, that is this, and I was like, I gave it a thought that if this was filled with many educational, historic, and amazing films altogether, that's where the shareable video part kicks in. Now, the system has the ability to record immersive tour and provide a 1080p cinematic video experience of the tour with subtitles, so that it becomes a key app, not only for a movie-like experience, but also for producing content that you can then share on YouTube, WhatsApp, Google Drive, anywhere that you want. So this is the UI screen after the tour is over, when the video is getting processed. The users aren't left high and dry. They are on the screen where they get the post-credit scenes from the tour. This is the Google Map API again. They can get to know about certain
facts, right? They can again move around. This is how the video is produced. They can share, they can download anywhere they want, and there's a history as well. This is the tour library. They can select any tour that they want. They have been in the past. They can start the virtual replay, get certain highlights of the album, and then there are multilingual options and certain dark modes that they can explore in settings, and this is the basic UI of the app. Again, now there's a flock of agents, starting with the first agent, the creative director, which helps narrate, which helps with all the scenes in the start with all the locations. There's production designer agent that sets the camera paths and creates the KML. This is writer agent that creates narrations and subtitles via AI, Gemini Call 2. And then there's a DOP agent, director of photography, which helps with the recording and the whole MEG of tour, right? And the Google Maps API, of course, is there to integrate this all with the whole map kind of system. So AI powers both structured planning and story-driven narration, and hence this transforms Liquid Galaxy Tour into something that's related to storytelling engine, and it creates a whole cinematic experience for the tours that can be saved as KMLs and also be shared as videos. Well, I'm really excited about this project and very confident about executing it. So I'll see you all on the other side. Thank you.
My name is Mahmoud Mohammed. I'm from Egypt. I'm final year student at Faculty of Computer and Information Science in Shamsi University. My proposal is about Ubuntu LTS support for Liquid Galaxy. The goal is to make Liquid Galaxy run smoothly and reliably on Ubuntu 24.04, which is the latest long-time support release. Why I choose this project idea specifically? It's really simple. When I started working on Liquid Galaxy prerequisite task 1, I already had another distro called Kali Linux and another newer versions of Ubuntu, and I found out that Liquid Galaxy only ran on Ubuntu 16.04.7, and if you try to install it to the newer versions of Ubuntu, it will not be installed correctly because it will have compatibility issues. So it reminds me to one of the Unix philosophy, which is always it choose portability over efficiency. Like, make your system or make your software adapted to the environment and not limited to specific release or to specific distro or something. And now most people use the latest release of Ubuntu because it has updated packages, better support, better performance, and one of the important thing is security patches. If the system has a vulnerability, Ubuntu will release a patch that will fix this vulnerability. On the other hand, the older versions like Ubuntu 16.04.7, it's already lost its support from Ubuntu, like from 4 or 5 years ago. So assume if Ubuntu 16.04.7 someone discovered a vulnerability, Ubuntu will not release a patch that will fix it. So it makes the system less secure and harder to maintain. And from technical perspective, how I will approach this problem? I think I will need to understand Liquid Galaxy architecture in details, like how files are organized, how components are calling and communicating with each other, and how dependencies and packages the system relies on. It's not a simple system migration. Liquid Galaxy is a big system. It contains OS level configurations, scripts, package and dependencies, services, and a lot of things. So you need to be careful and to know all of that in details. And then I will analyze the installation script, and after understanding everything, I will make it compatible with Ubuntu 24.04, and I will update the installation script and make the system run smoothly. And one of my another goal is to make the installation script smart enough to identify the distro type, like it's Debian or it's Red Hat, and to detect the release of the user machine, like it's older release or it's a newer release, and depending on all of that, it will follow the setup instructions for each release. Like for newer versions, it will run a setup instruction, and for older version like 16.04, it will run that. And I hope it will not be limited to Ubuntu 24.04 or Debian distros only. And why this project is impressive? Because it focuses on the core and on the foundation of the Liquid Galaxy. It will not add new features, but it will improve efficiency, it will improve usability, portability, and the important thing, long-time support. And regarding using AI, I think it will assist me in debugging, in logging analysis, find deprecated packages and their updated packages beside my search, of course. And why I see myself a good fit for that, I enjoy Linux systems. I enjoy knowing and understanding how systems works internally together and behind the hood. And that's it. Thanks.
Gather around community in the glow of our screens. Together we explore where the light of knowledge beams. From cities to the fields, our journey knows no bounds. In this liquid galaxy, unity resounds. Streaming through our visions, in every voice we share. Innovation guides us with every breath of air. Together we discover, with passion shining bright. In our galaxy stream, we light up the night. Mapping out our stories, every pixel tells a tale. From mountain peaks to oceans deep, our spirits never fail. Collaboration's key in this digital embrace. With every shared endeavor, we lift the human race. Streaming through our visions, in every voice we share. Innovation guides us with every breath of air. Together we discover, with passion shining bright. In our galaxy stream, we light up the night. Mentors and creators, united in our quest. Building future visions, we strive to be the best. With Liquid Galaxy, our dreams are taking flight. Streaming endless possibilities.